Jason have sent me an e-bike. This is the X-Hunter ST. And so let's just rip it out of the box, put it together, and then let's go straight outside for a full review. Well, it's very nicely packaged. This is gonna take a moment. She's a heavy one. Okay, it's really well packaged, and there are an awful lot of zip ties and pieces of foam. I'm just gonna whip through really fast here. I'll give you a quick time lapse. I'll see you in a moment. Well, that was pretty straightforward to put together. A couple of extra things that were really nice, like all the tools were in there. The nice little tool pouch had everything in there. The back rack, it feels really heavy duty. I did, for the first time ever, I've actually had to put the brakes on the actual caliper, and actually that wasn't too tough. It was just 2 screws, put it on. It comes with everything you need to put together. I think what I'm gonna do now is take it outside for a full review coming up now. It's got a whole bunch of things going for it, which I think if you're a big guy and you're looking for a fat tire e-bike to ride around on, make sure you watch this video all the way through to the end. There are a couple of things I'm not 100% sold on, but I think the good far outweigh the bad, as it were. Just a couple of minor things I would have done differently, but other than that, this thing has been extraordinary. Now let me just go through some of the numbers for you so you know what we're dealing with. We've got a 48 volt system with a 13 amp hour battery right in here. It is a foldable setup here, so that means I'll show you a little bit later on this folding and unfolding. At the back, we've got a great big motor. We've got a 500 watt motor, might be at 750 watts. I'm not 100% sure. If I do find out, I'm gonna put it down in my pinned comment down below. What I can tell you is it's got a 1400 watt peak. Holy cow, that's powerful. So we are gonna be doing the Hill of Death. Make sure it can actually get up the Hill of Death, which I suspect it can. We are going to try some off-roading because these are huge fat tires. They are 4 inches wide, and it's got some amazing hydraulic brakes. So my plan of attack, I've got Michael behind the camera. Thank you, Michael, for being here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna ride around the park, then we're gonna go down through the city. We're gonna do the Hill of Death. We're gonna do lots of fun things. We're gonna avoid the ducks and the peacocks and come back to with what I like and what I don't like about the Jasion X-Hunter ST. I gotta say, that was a delight, just rolling through the trails of the park. It had absolutely no problems. This suspension, I don't know what you would call this suspension. It's like a frame suspension, and it is an absolute delight because it just basically takes out all the bumps. It has a suspension at the front as well. That coupled with these humongous 4-inch tires give you a super smooth ride. And for that, I am very grateful. What's also really, really nice about this is that when you're riding along, yes, you can set it up to 5 passenger assist levels, but what's really cool is if you are in a situation where you need a little bit of immediate power, there's a throttle right on the handlebars themselves. So it's a wrist throttle, boom, you've got instant power anytime you need it. Now, couple of weird things about it that I'm just going to cover off. The first thing, let me just show you the height of the pedals. Now, the pedal, when I'm riding around, to my eye, looks a little close to the ground. But, you know, smart people riding around on bikes know not to make sure that that one side pedal isn't on the ground anyway, so that's not a big deal. The other minor kind of odd thing is that there is a key here for unlocking. I'm going to show you that in the next spot where we stop. I'm going to actually show you how to break it down and what it looks like, but the key has to be inside to operate the e-bike, which I think is kind of peculiar. It's not the first time either. I've seen that happen on a couple others, but I think it'd be nice if you could just, you know, turn on the battery, so to speak, and then remove the key. Because I'm always concerned that I'm gonna bang into it or something, but, you know, what's the likelihood of banging into it? That's kind of remote as well. The seat itself is super cushy, really, really padded, very comfortable. The Hunter ST weighs about 70 pounds. I think it's 72 pounds. So you can certainly pick it up, put it onto the back of a car, put it in the trunk of a car, that sort of thing. But she's big, she's heavy. Now, what is really amazing is the weight capacity. Now, I've seen it listed at 480 pounds. I've also seen it listed at 400 pounds. If I figure out which one it is, I'm not sure that it really matters. 400 pounds is an awful lot. I'm about 268 pounds today. It's even got a maximum weight on the back here of 25 kilos. So if you install the rack at the back, that's about 50 pounds. So you know what? This thing is an absolute joy to ride around on. The other thing I want to mention as well, it's got hydraulic brakes. I absolutely love, as a bigger guy, I really appreciate hydraulic brakes. It gives you that extra piece of, peace of mind, as it were, that you're gonna come to a stop when you engage them. So I think what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna take off. Michael is gonna follow me, and we're gonna go head over to the Hill of Death, and let's go find out on the Hill of Death whether or not it can make it. Alrighty, well, next up is the Hill of Death. Will this make it up the Hill of Death? Now, what I haven't mentioned before is the fact that it does have a 7-speed Shimano derailleur. So ahead of time here, I'm gonna make sure I'm in first gear so I can, if I need to pedal, I can, and give it a little extra help. Sorry for the airplane noise as the seaplane's getting ready for takeoff. Here we go, the Hill of Death.
The Hill of Death.
Yeah, no problems. Alrighty, Michael, so it's time for Michael's word of the day. And Michael, what's the word of the day for the Jasion X-Hunter ST?
The words that come to mind are compact powerhouse.
Alrighty, so we are here, and I just want to share with you and show you how easy it is to fold up. I'm just going to power off so nothing excitement happens here. I don't want to be accidentally propelling this forwards. So in the middle here is a release mechanism, and basically what happens is the whole bike, once you've released it, I've powered off here, the whole bike just basically folds in half there. I mean, that's pretty helpful, especially if you've got a small space that you're trying to store it in. At the same time, once that's all done and you've decided you would like to, you're good to go, then there's a quick release up here, and that's for the handlebars. And the handlebars will fold down like this as well. And then of course the last thing is the seat. And the seat, just a quick release here, and you're off to the races. Now, what I will share with you is that is not something I'm going to do very often. So for me, I don't need it to be folding, but I think it's really handy, because just in case, you know, that one trip you need, you want to be able to put it in the back of, you know, dad's pickup truck or something like that. It's easy. Or you got mom's minivan, whatever. These things are, I just think this is super, super helpful. I'll let you get ahead of me a little bit, and then I'll do a speed test. Okay, we're at 15, 20, 25, 29. Alrighty, brass tacks time. What do we like, what don't we like about the Jasion X-Hunter ST? Well, let's start off with what I don't like. Two minor things. Number one, having to have a key in the bottom of the battery, I find that just a little bit odd. And number two, it's a minor thing again, but the height of the actual pedals themselves, it seems to me that they're just ever so slightly low, but I haven't hit the ground, so you know, they're not so low that that's going to be an issue. The only other thing I can think of is the pedals themselves aren't folding. So I noticed a number of times with folding e-bikes that the pedals themselves are folding, but not in this case. But what do I like? Wow. Well, first of all, the power. That motor at the back is generating an awful lot of power. So if you are in a situation where you need to get up a hill, or you're a larger rider like myself here, I'm 268 pounds, I'm just about 6 feet tall, and I found this had absolutely no issues whatsoever getting me around the town, getting me over those undulations. Going off-roading with it was no problems whatsoever. It was amazing. Plenty of power, and I could determine the power with the passenger assist. So 1 through 5 on here was plenty. If I needed a little bit of extra power going up that steep hill for the Hill of Death, I was able to gear down on the 7-speed Shimano, no problems. Loved the hydraulic brakes. Big fan of the hydraulic brakes. Also, this unique system, this unique suspension system. You know, suspension at the front, it's very common for fat tire bikes, but suspension in the middle like that, I've only seen it on a couple. I've had one before, and I absolutely love it. The ride with a 4-inch wide tire is lovely. Having a nice cushy suspension filled, I'm not sure how I'd describe it. I mean, it's just a lovely it has a bit of give to it. That's what it is. It's got like a mini suspension in the seat itself, which is really nice. It's really comfortable. Lots of lighting, lights at the front, brake lights at the back. Throttle every so often. If you're at a stop sign and you're like, oh no, I need to go right now, you can apply the throttle. You can ride around kind of like a moped if you like, or you can ride around and actually pedal and put power back into your energy. 100% big guy approved. 2 big thumbs up for the X-Hunter ST by Jasion. Absolutely love it. If you're a big guy and you're looking for a fat tire bike that's going to get you around town, do some off-roading, go out in the trails, get around about, and you have no issues with weight capacity, 400 pounds, this thing's a monster.
Big guy approved.